Alright, welcome to this module. We are still on the considerations for a self-hosted print-on-demand e-commerce store, and this is the part 3. And in this module we are going to talk about SEO and traffic. When we talk about SEO, it's a technical term. Actually, we are going to look at it. It simply means search engine optimization. Okay, so we will cover how these two work together to promote your sales, or to drive sales on your website, on your print-on-demand web store. So both of them are very important. Now we are going to see how you can leverage these two to boost sales, sales on your website. Alright, now what is traffic? We are going to talk about traffic first of all, then we will go into SEO, or search engine optimization. Now we are going to talk about traffic first of all. Now when we talk about traffic, it simply means the visitors that come to your website. Now when you talk about web traffic, it's simply you can actually relate to physical vehicular traffic. If you live in an area or near the highway and you see vehicles moving along the road, so that is what we call traffic. On the internet, it is more or less people that visit websites. When you visit a website, when you go to Google and type something, that is traffic. You are one of the visitors on that website. So all the interactions you do or you carry out on that website are being recorded. Okay, so that is simply traffic, or website traffic. Now all the people that come to your web store, they include potential customers who actually view your products, your t-shirt designs, and your store. Alright, now each of them could be a new visitor or returning visitor. By returning visitor, we mean those who have been to your website before, and they are returning a second time or a third time. Now the thing about traffic is that the more traffic you have, the more sales you could have, the more potential sales you are going to make. If you have less traffic, you are going to eventually have less sales. Now in web marketing, traffic can be retargeted. This is kind of a technical term, okay, in web marketing. Now when you talk about retargeting, it simply has to do with sending ads to people that have viewed your content before, or targeting them in your advertising. So you can actually retarget to old visitors that have been to your website, okay, on social media, so that they can see your ads and probably visit your website again. Alright, now let's talk about the types of traffic available. We have organic traffic. Now these are visitors that come to your website by typing in Google a search term, or Yahoo or Bing, any of the search engines out there. When people come from the search engines, that is what we call organic traffic. Now we also have direct traffic. These are visitors that simply type your website address and come directly to your website. We have referral traffic, those that come from other websites, and paid traffic. These are visitors that are acquired through advertising. When you run advertising campaigns, ads on any of the social media platforms, or on one of the search engines like Google, well, those visitors are actually acquired through your advertising, and the traffic is called paid traffic. Okay, so we're going to look at this terms, and I just want to break it down for you so that you are going to have some idea or some information, or you know exactly what we are talking about, so that when you, it's kind of something that will help you to understand how these things work. Okay, now like I said before, visitors are those who access your website. It could be on a smartphone, it could be on a tablet or a laptop or a desktop PC. Alright, so that's visitors, the totality of your web visitors, or web people that visit your website. Okay, now a page view is simply the number of times a specific web page is viewed by your visitors. It's a metric that helps you to measure the popularity and engagement of a particular page. Now, unique visitors represent number of distinct individuals who visit a website within a specified time period. Okay, now a session is a period of time during which a user is actively engaged with your website. Okay, now when you visit a website, when you visit any website at all, and you do some things and leave, that's a session. Okay, so you can actually go back tomorrow and access the website and do one or two things and leave. That's another session. So that is how it is referred to. That is what it is referred to. And let's talk about bounce rate. A bounce rate is a percentage of visitors who leave a website after viewing only one page without viewing anything else. Now, a high bounce rate could indicate that visitors didn't find what they were looking for, or that the website has visibility issues. Okay, so the idea is to keep your bounce rate low. Okay, because if your bounce rate is high, Google is not going to promote or to rank your website high on its search engine. So the idea here is to keep a lower bounce rate by making sure that people actually find what they're looking for on your website. So, and also to engage them so that they can actually visit other pages that might interest them. Okay, now what is conversion rate? In e-commerce, conversion rate is simply a percentage of visitors who complete a desired action, such as making a purchase, filling out a form, or subscribing to a newsletter. So conversion rates are good for measuring how much of your visitors actually buy your product. Okay, so that is simply what it means. Now let's talk about other terms here. We have referral sources. This is where the source of where the web traffic originates from. It can include search engines, social media platforms, other websites, email campaigns, or direct sources like bookmarks. Okay, so this is simply the sources where your visitors come from, the websites or the applications that refer visitors to your website. Now let's talk about keywords. What is a keyword? These are specific words or phrases that users search for on search engines. Now, if anytime you visit Google, because Google is the biggest search engine out there, so you kind of use that term a lot because it's the most popular search engine. So anytime you visit Google or any other search engine for that matter and type in a word or a sentence or a phrase, that is a keyword. This is what helps Google to serve the relevant pages to anyone searching for a phrase. If you monitor keyword data, it can help you to optimize your website content for better search engine rankings. Alright, so the better your pages are optimized, your product pages are optimized. You're selling t-shirts, you're selling your merchandise on your website, the better optimized they are with keywords, the right keywords, then the more likely that your web pages are going to get ranked on Google. Alright, so we are going to talk about rankings in subsequent modules. So that is it. Keywords are very important to ensure that you get relevant traffic to your product pages. Now, what is click-through rate? This is the percentage of users who click on a specific link or advertisement out of the total number of impressions. It is commonly used to evaluate the effectiveness of online ads. Now, click-through rate is simply a percentage. Okay, if you are running an ad, okay, or your pages show up on Google. Now, if 100 people see your pages in a day, and probably 10 people click on your web pages or your product pages and come to your website, the click-through rate is simply a percentage of those users. Yeah, so you can say that you have a CTR of 10%. So that is what CTR means. It helps you. It's simply a metric, a very important metric that you can use to measure the effectiveness of your content, of your online ads, of your marketing campaigns. Alright, so we continue. We have analytical tools like Google Analytics, which help you to understand all these metrics. So when you set up your web store, it's advisable to sign up for Google Analytics. So it provides data on most of these metrics for you. Alright, now let's move on to search engine optimization. Like I said earlier, it is a very critical aspect of internet marketing. Now, it is the practice of optimizing a website and its content to improve visibility and ranking in search engine results pages. Now, like I said before, I talked about ranking. Okay, so when you type a phrase on Google, the results you are seeing there are called search engine result pages. Now, the goal of SEO is to attract organic traffic from search engines like Google, Bing, and Yahoo. So that is the goal of SEO. Alright, so the more when you optimize your product pages with relevant keywords, it is very likely that your pages will rank on Google, and Google is going to send you traffic. And this kind of traffic is targeted traffic. It's highly targeted traffic because the people coming to your website have actually searched for the keywords that are in your content, in your product pages. So that is how important it is. So the more traffic you get from Google, the more sales you're going to have at the end of the day. Alright, so that is how it works. Okay, so let's look at some key aspects of SEO. Okay, we've talked about keywords before. Now let's talk about on-page optimization. Now, optimizing individual web pages to improve visibility and relevance. Okay, now it includes optimizing your page titles, what we call meta descriptions, your headings, your image alt tags, and internal linking. All these have to do with on-page SEO optimization. Okay, now this may sound technical, but if you understand this, if you have this knowledge, it's going to help you down the road. Okay, what is content creation? This is creating high quality, informative, and relevant content that satisfies user search intent. A great example is a well-crafted product page of your t-shirt store. So content creation doesn't just have to do with YouTube, creating videos on YouTube. No, you can create great content. Your product pages is content. Your product page is content. So when people come there, they get what they want. They can actually purchase at the end of the day. So you have satisfied their search intent, or the reason why they are searching on the internet. All right, let's move on. Now there is technical SEO. This is advanced SEO, which the experts can actually identify with. So there are several parts to this. This is where we talk about website speed, mobile friendliness, URL structure, sitemaps, crawl indexing, and so on and so forth. So the idea here is to optimize your website or your web store for all this, so that Google can actually rank your web pages higher, your product pages higher on their search engine results. All right, now what is user experience? User experience simply has to do with how your visitors experience your content. All right, if your user experience is satisfactory and good enough, then it's going to help your website to receive higher rankings on Google. So the idea here, or the key thing here, is to make sure that the overall user experience on the website is satisfactory. All right, so Google places high premium or priority on user experience. So if you have positive user experience, the better for you, the better for your business. Okay, now there are several things to consider here. We're talking about design and the loading speed of your web pages and the mobile responsiveness. So these are some of the things to consider in user experience. Now, Google Analytics plays a big part in analytics and monitoring. Yes, so when you have an account with Google Analytics and add your website to Google Analytics, you're going to have all those data, all those metrics, which is very important data. Helps you to better run your business for better results. So this is just a kind of primer, and I'm sure that if you go deeper into any of these topics, you're going to discover how complex and how deep these topics are. I'm just giving you an overview so that you have this knowledge firsthand. So thank you for sticking around, and see you in the next module.